Take the time to understand where people are coming from, not just judge them because the way they look or because they have an addiction or whatever, and take the time to get to know them. And because, there are bad people out there, of course there are, but they're not all bad. You know what I mean? Everybody has a story. There's a reason that they're there.
My name is Tumino, and I am the founder of InMyFather'sKitchen.
Basically, we started just on a walking on the water. I step of faith. So we do two things right now. We do the service to homeless under the bridges. So what we do is twice a week. We make lunch out of the kitchen that's behind me, and we go out and love on our friends. That concept came to me. I was like, wow, that's kind of a cool name. And as I started meditating on it, I just felt it would be a place where people would come and I would fill their belly with kind of natural sustenance. But then the Spirit of God would come and fill the spiritual part of the man. So it was like you could leave here full inside with your natural person, but then also have this experience with God. So that's how the idea came to me, and that came to me 5 years ago. We do a circuit through the city. We do all the off-ramps and on-ramps, and we go to all the underpasses that are in the city limits. So there's just the city boundaries. I don't go outside of that. We go out to the streets twice a week. I'm a chef, so I don't just make peanut butter and jelly. I make lasagna, stuffed peppers, I make steak sandwiches, chicken wraps, meatball sandwiches, homemade meatballs. So when we're bringing them elevated food that they're not accustomed to getting outside, when they don't see us on between those days, if they feel like they want to come off the street, they can come to the building now. And this is a place where it's a place of surrender. And it's not a hangout, it's not a sleepover place, we're not a soup kitchen. It's a place to say, I give up, I'm ready to come indoors, and we'll make the connections for you. We get them inside, we're gonna bring you upstairs, we're gonna get you some clean clothes, we're gonna give you about 10 minutes to clean up in the bathroom, whether you wanna take a bath or just shave or whatever you wanna do, you can do that. When you come out of the bathroom, we're gonna ask you what happened. Why is today the day that you wanna come indoors? You're gonna explain what happened. We're gonna assess that. Because we collaborate now with other organizations. I don't have the shelter, but I now know the organizations that do. I don't have the programs to help you, but I know the organizations that do. If they back out, I'm not going to judge their decision. I'm going to say, okay, Joe, thank you for coming today and even listening. I'll see you next week under the bridge. If they say yes, it's a win. They get to go with that program provider or whoever's there, that service provider, and go with them to that organization and hopefully become sober and get on track to have a successful life. We do things out of the box. I'm trying to bring value in the food, the elevated experience, that customer service, that kind of relational touch that you're not accustomed to getting. I want to blow them away with that. It's just love. It's like unconditional love. You could come to the building, come in dirty, leave clean, come in hungry, leave fed, come in homeless, and hopefully walk out into a program. So your life could change at one knock on the door. In the last 3 years, we've helped 16 people come indoors from out of door. So 16 of the chronically homeless that wouldn't go to shelters, we helped connect them into a program.
Well, I was on the street. I was homeless. I had a drug addiction. And I used to hold a sign, a guy just see on the street holding homeless signs. So I met John out there. He used to bring us lunches, clothes, winter coats, stuff like that. And so I decided to go to Salvation Army Rehab. I graduated the program about 2 weeks ago. So now I'm an employee there, and I work part-time with John. And so now I'm trying to help and give back with what John has given me. So that's pretty much my story.
He was on the streets. He got connected to Salvation Army. He just graduated a 7-month program, so he's sober 7 months. He now has a job. He's now giving back, and he's on the road to living a life.
Now I have my self-respect back. I feel better about myself because I'm working. I'm taking care of myself now. I pay rent. I do what I have to do. I get up and go to work every day.
My thing I tell my friends is this, whether they're the refugee or the homeless guy, they always say, how am I going to repay you? I say, how you repay me? Go help somebody else. Go help somebody else. That's all. What I did for you, you go do it for somebody else. And I think the world would be a better place.